Whisenhunt said no one thought they would win, and they had never won 2 playoff games in the history of the franchise in the same season. Bolden with a strained hamstring, Jake Delhomme in Carolina in the playoffs for the first time since 2005. Started good for them, good kickoff return, and then D'Angelo Williams for 31 yards down inside the 10. But Williams did most of his work for the night on that play. 12 carries, 63 yards, and that was it for him. Next play for the Panthers, though, Jonathan Stewart takes it in for the touchdown. Panthers up 7-0 early. Looked like a blowout might be in the offing as they went right down the field. Later in the first quarter, Kurt Warner, plenty of time, finds Larry Fitzgerald, who went up and got it for 41 yards. The offensive line did a good job of protecting Warner, and Fitzgerald did a good job of pulling that one down. Cardinals in great field position. Later in the drive, 3rd and goal, Warner, Tim Hightower. Warner 21 of 32, 220 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. Rain started falling at Bank of America Stadium, and there was a cloud over Jake Delhomme all night. Under pressure, Antonio Smith knocks the ball loose and recovers it himself. So that's a sack, forced fumble, and the recovery for Smith. That's the trifecta. Cardinals in great field position. Ensuing drive, Edgerrin James, 20 carries, 57 yards, and the touchdown. Cardinals up 14-7, and the Panthers continued to make it hard on themselves. Second quarter, Delhomme looking for Steve Smith. Instead, finds Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. He's going to return it near the 20-yard line, and the Cardinals take it away again. Take another look at it using our ESPN Axis. Delhomme looking for Steve Smith in the end zone. Rodgers-Cromartie, though, reads the play, actually covering another receiver, and then he's able to make the break, leave his man, and get over to make the interception. And his pick would lead to a Cardinals field goal to put Arizona up 17-7. Later in the second quarter, Panthers now down 20-7. Delhomme over the middle. Gerald Hayes with the pick this time, playing the coverage underneath. Panthers' 3rd turnover in the game. Ensuing possession for the Cardinals. Warner, again, plenty of time. And Fitzgerald, plenty of ability. 8 catches, 166 yards for him. And he's into the end zone. Take another look at it. Fitzgerald, great athletic ability to dive for the score. Delhomme living a nightmare on his 34th birthday. Cardinals up 27-7 at the half. Third quarter, Delhomme. Pass tipped by Rodgers-Cromartie, off Steve Smith. Antrell Roll winds up with it, and he takes it down inside the Panthers' 30. And the Cardinals in business again. And this is just the kind of night it was for Carolina. They just couldn't get a bounce, and the Cardinals got all of them. Field goal put the Cardinals up 30-7. Late third quarter, Delhomme to Steve Smith for 35 yards and a first down. That was Smith's first reception of the game, and it came with under a minute to go in the third. Later in the drive, Delhomme trying to force it into Smith. Ralph Brown all over the route, all over the ball when it got there. And clearly a case of Delhomme trying to get it to his playmaker, but Brown knew it was coming. 4th interception of the game for Delhomme. Then later in the 4th, Delhomme trying to make something happen again, going to Muhsin Muhammad this time, and Roderick Hood with a pick. Delhomme with 5 interceptions, a Panthers team record, 1 off the playoff record, and the Cardinals opportunistic as they win it 33-13. The Panthers trying to get to their 3rd title game in 6 years, but instead they were 1 and done for the first time in the playoffs. And the Cardinals, they aren't who we thought they were. They were the only NFC team that hadn't made it to the championship game since the merger in 1970, but they're going now. And if the Eagles beat the Giants on Sunday, the Cardinals will host the NFC championship game.